President, for this opportunity once again. Good evening, Rotarians. I'm Rotarian Hingo David. I'm glad to introduce our guest speaker by the name Mr. Sonta Muhammad. Profession is teaching. Occupation, retired head teacher for 34 years, head teacher for 25 years. He's a motivational and inspirational speaker for 20 years, farmer for 18 years, married with 6 children. Mr. Muhammad is passionate about parenting, inspiring youth and counseling people. As a Bade Group parents, we are honored to welcome Mr. So Moses Nam. Thank
you so much. Residents, I'm sorry if I make mistakes. I once belonged to a Rotary club, but challenges. I'm not only Rotary. I think it's about 20 years ago we are Rotary. Because I'm challenging right now. But I really feel so passionate about what Rotary does. That's why being the person there has also made a contribution. I'm very glad to hear when he invited me. I said, "No, fine. This is I'm so passionate about education. 35 years of teaching, as I have told you, and 25 years of in my years of teaching, I've moved to over 400 schools in Uganda, giving guidance and actually inspiring people. So it's something I really love to share with So it's about the best practices in primary education and literacy program in Uganda. I must of all ask people a question that do people know how many people start the primary and how many people complete P7? In the statistics, about 2 million children start P1. About 2 million children start P1, and by P7 they remain less than 700,000. 2 million start P1, and just less than 700,000 sit their primary examination. It's a bit awful and unimaginable, but that's what happens. And I think it's possible because the practices, the way the schools are started, the way they are run, the way they are managed, the way they are inspected, the way they are monitored, it all leaves out to be what? Desired. You can look around and see how many people really. You can just look back and say how many people are started P7, rather P1, and how many people can I see who started P1. So I think this topic is very pertinent. Presentation, best practices in primary education and literacy programs in Uganda. And start by defining education. I'm just going to be very basic because of the time factor. Education means imparting of knowledge, information, skills, and values. I want to believe many of us here are parents. Any valuable school or any valuable institution called education institution must impart knowledge. That's knowledge. They must give information to the learner. Must give skill or must impart skill and values. All of us and all our children, we are all with talents. So we must make sure, or a school must make sure, any education institution must make sure that it imparts skills by promoting that talent. And I normally tell whoever I go that you do 8 things to make a talent to skill. There's practice, there's training, there's getting a mentor, there's getting a role model, becoming a problem solver. That's all that. But there are 8. Practice, training, getting a role model, getting a mentor, reading about it, writing, and so on. So let's try to make sure that our children get their skills. The unfortunate part of the government is many of our schools do not promote skills. They only emphasize one thing, education. So let's talk about the best practices. What is good education? What is good school should have to promote. First one, I'm just first of all to define education. I think we define education. Now, formal education is the education in formal classes, which are very important. Then informal education is education through informal structure like home. There are many children who go through our homes and we normally get with. Now, primary education, this is the first step of formal education, and it comes after kindergarten and before secondary school. In Uganda, it takes place in primary schools. It's normally between 6 to 11 years of age. Of course, some people take children of 4 years, but that's unfortunate. That education is not a good thing. So we are defining it between 6 and 11 years of age. Then literacy education is a learning that can emphasize proficiency in reading, proficiency in writing, proficiency in using numbers throughout life. Now, what are the challenges of primary education and research programs? Which bring about the other scenario that people start about 2 million and they end up in P7 less than 700,000. You need to answer those questions if you're going to move to the next level as a country. Now, one, low quality education. Many children don't go through the proper or right teaching due to poor teaching facilities. I'm sure many Rotarians will concur with me. There are many schools which start in the garages, isn't it? There are many schools which start in 50 by 100. There are many schools which don't have playing field, they don't have. So, and these are the best practices because a good school must have infrastructure. A good school must have academic excellence. A good school must have teachers. A good school must have what? Safety and security. These are the things we define a good what? School. But somebody starts a school in a garage. Somebody starts a school in the middle of the town, in a slum. Now, there's no field, there's no infrastructure, the teachers are just like that. So many children complete P7 without what? Without good education. Then number 2, many children who complete primary education lack basic reading, writing, and basic skill. That is the reality. Because many of the people, many of the teachers who go through primary teaching colleges, they also lack many of these things. So they don't know how to teach reading, they don't know how to teach writing, they don't know how to teach listening. Number 3, lack of by the curriculum. Our curriculum does not set clear goals that after this survey, what would somebody be? What would she know? What would she do? It's not now that government is trying, as you're going to see, government is trying that by P7 someone must be doing this, somebody must know this. Then there's also too much knowledge as opposed to practical skills. Remember I'm saying, practical knowledge, information, skills, and what? Values. I didn't mention it, values, but values like character, personality, attitude, ability, intelligence, emotional intelligence, and so many schools concentrate on one thing, knowledge, social studies, English, mathematics, and we stop there. That is unfortunate. That cannot be best practice. Then the dropout rates are falling. Like I said, out of the 2 million children who start primary education in Uganda, only between 600 and 700 do complete primary examination. This is not only dangerous for our country, but also inimical to the country's development. This is not achieving the millennium goals will be a tall order. Simply because people don't complete this. Now, the purpose of this presentation is to identify and share basic practices in primary education. What can we do? Or how can somebody say that school is doing the best? I'm just going to share some few best practices. There could be more, there could be less, but I'll share this, some of them which are really important. So what are the basic practices of primary education? 1, effective teaching methods. Effective, but the word effective. Now, 1, child-centered approaches in curriculum delivery. Now this way a child is the center of learning. Yeah, the students does much of the work in class, for instance, question and answer, discussion, sharing, and so on. The child must participate from the word go up to the end. But especially when the teacher does much of the work, it doesn't work like that. The second one is the active learning techniques. Now, the following are the active learning techniques used in primary education, which should be the basic practice. Now, for somebody to learn and understand properly, somebody must use the ears. A child must use the ears. Now, when you listen, when a child uses the ears, that child understands or learns 10% of what he or she listens. Only 10% is what the ear takes or brings to the table. Number two, use of the eyes. The child must use the ears. Then number two, the child must use the eyes. Now the eyes, through reading, a student will learn or understand only 15% of what the child does what? Reads. A child understands more by reading on his or her own than by doing what? Listen. It's important to promote reading. It's important that schools, the best practice to promote what? Reading for a child so that he understands. This is empirically tested. The psychologists tell us. Now, the right way of understanding or learning, which is the best practice, is to use the hands. The child must read and also write at the same what? When you write, when a child writes, he understands. For instance, writing notes, writing questions, writing answers, a child will understand 20%. By the way, we understand, even a child understands more by writing than by doing what? Reading or listening. It's important the school should promote writing. It is very important. Because the eyes give you, the ears give you, and the hands do what? Give 20%. Now the fourth method, best practice, is to use the mouth. Encourage the child to use the what? The mouth. Through sharing, where a student understands or learns 50% of what he or she shares. We should, as much as possible, encourage our children to share. Let them ask questions. Let them ask questions. Let them share with friends. That's when they understand the 50%. So the eyes, the ears give you 10, the eyes give you 15, the hands give you 20, and the mouth give the child how much? 50. The school must promote listening, must promote ear, must promote writing, must promote reading, must promote what? Sharing. Now the fifth stage of learning is making the full body active through physical exercise. So that the whole body is rejuvenated and activated on a daily basis. The school must have a playing field. Have a playing field. So that the students should play, the learners should pray, the children should do what? Let us encourage all our children to keep on doing what? Playing. So when you find a school without a playing field, chances are high. The level of learning has question marks. Because these children must be encouraged to play so that the brain is what? Activated and the blood goes throughout the what? The heart must be encouraged to pump blood throughout the body. Now, the sixth stage, which is very important, and which a school should also have, is what we call cleansing the heart through guidance and counseling. The child, for effective understanding, this helps the child to remain focused on their studies. Many of our schools do not handle this aspect of cleansing the what? Heart. Because many of our children have challenges. There's a lot of immorality, there's a lot of obscenity, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of aggressiveness. Very many challenges at home. So we need to cleanse the hearts. As you promote listening, as you promote reading, as you promote writing, as you promote sharing, as you promote physical activity, you also need a teacher, a great teacher. Must do what? Must cleanse the child's heart. This is what many schools don't do. That's a good practice. But schools should what? Cleanse the heart. Now, all the above should take place in the classroom or outside the classroom, outside the class, guided by the teachers. The teacher should motivate about the words they use. The teacher should motivate. The teacher should encourage. The teacher should support. And sometimes the teacher should coerce the child to make them participate in all the above learning methods. What your child understands, you support, you motivate, you encourage. Sometimes some parents and even some schools do what? Coerce the child to what? To listen, to read, to write, to share, and to do physical activity. All schools must have those, promote those aspects. Now, the other aspect is the differentiated instruction. Using the different modes of instruction should all be available in all schools. But of course, there are those ones which have challenges. Like, for instance, the first one, the taking method. This is what normally people call the lecture method, where a teacher does one to the work. Of course, that one has challenges, and it is now outdated. Because the teacher should not do much of the work. The child should take center stage. 70% of the work should be done by what? The children. Then the other is the question and answer, where a teacher asks questions and the students respond. Of course, this leads to creativity, innovation, and for students to critically think. So, a good school, it's a best practice to keep on asking students questions, protruding questions, probing questions, so that they do what? They think, critically think, innovate, and be creative. Then the third method is the discussion method. It's more or less also like question and answer. But this is learned by discovering in the classroom. It's a very effective way. The old methods of teachers giving lessons, rather notes, is very helpful. And here you are not promoting learning. You only promote learning when you encourage them to listen, to read, to write, to share, for you to cleanse the what? The heart. Then setting off projects and assignments. Many of us who have students in schools which are really know what they're doing. Students are given projects and assignments so that they carry them out for their own. Like, this is part of the drama is that many parents participate in doing them. They think it's a problem if a child take these things which are right. They should take things which are right. Don't let them take wrong things so that the teacher knows that he didn't do what? He didn't make any effort to understand. You just give the child to do the work. Because that's your creating innovation, creativity. So, students are given projects and assignments so that they carry them out on their own. This leads to self-discovery. So discovery is very important if you are going to make children better. This develops critical thinking, thinking beyond the norm of the child, encourages creativity and innovation. It fosters collaboration and teamwork, and also promotes hands-on experiences and research, as well as organization and planning skills, because the child is on his own. Let him do the work alone. Is it okay? He will fail, but even tomorrow he will learn. But if you keep on doing it for them, many parents do it for them, but that is the wrong method. Let them do it, because it is given to them so that it encourages what? Self-discovery, innovation, creativity. Then the other is use of film and other slides. Of course, this engages students and increases motivation. Therefore, it promotes learning. It also promotes critical thinking and media literacy. The reason for using the different methods is that the child have their own best way. By the way, all of us have your own best way of what? Learning. Is it okay? Much as we are saying that the ear gives you 10, the eyes give you 15, the mouth gives you 50, the hands give you 20, but there's always that best way for you to learn or for you to understand. So me when I write fine, me when I read fine. So the reason why a school or a teacher should use all these methods is that every child has the best mode of what? Of understanding. Then the other one is technology integration. Integrating technology within the what? The curriculum. It helps students to learn, do research, collaborate, and solve problems from one other age, which prepares them for the career and the world of work. I know for many people, mature, somebody starts but fears to run what? A computer. But when they start at an early age, by the time somebody is 10 years, he knows each and every thing. Of course, it also reduces the fear of new technology in the future by getting used to it at an age. But it also helps students with different learning styles. However, children must be regulated in the use of technology to avoid being what? Abused. Some of those, I think I saw it that in the developed world they started using phones. But I think last week, the last one of the month I've been in Manchester, but they have stopped. They have passed a law to allow the phones. So they have learned the hard way. They have learned the hard way. For students to have phones around 24/7, they have stopped it in Massachusetts. No, it's now a law. So we need to be very careful on what? The use of what? Technology. Manchester is something good, but we need to regulate it. Then literacy programs. Here learners are taught how to read and write. So we mentioned proficiency in reading and writing at an age. Schools need to set up time on the timetable to allow learners just to read and write. Even at home, parents must be encouraged to set up time for children to what? To read. There are many programs in use of education schools like program for reading and writing. For instance, the year program. Drop everything at once and read. Take about 30 minutes. That's whatever you read, leave it, just read. But at least a good school, and then schools do it, they promote reading. They give children not storybooks. They normally do it. All students are encouraged to drop everything they're doing and read at least for an hour. Government also initiated a program where a child at an age, by the way this is there, is taught literacy by reading and writing in their local language. But of course, many schools are not done it. Somebody understands more using his what? Local language than English. Okay? In fact, I think the thing stops at P4, either P4 or P3. But many schools are floating that law. But it would be very good if children should learn their what? Local language. When somebody understands better in your local language, then there's also literacy for special needs children or visual impairment. And then digital literacy and online safety is also emphasized by stakeholders. We also have other literacy programs. These are all programs government has really initiated. But of course, many people we don't know about them, and many schools do not know what they're talking about. Now, the other aspect is also teacher training and support. The government has encouraged. There are very many different kinds of training and support given to teachers to ensure they keep on improving their skills of curriculum delivery. And the following I few of it. One, service and in-service. The service training occurs before a teacher begins their teaching careers. So it's part of the teacher's preparation program. Well, in-service training, the ongoing professional training that occurs regularly as we go along. Every, I think, holiday, teachers are always doing that one. The tool. Then the other leadership program. New teachers are always inducted into the profession by students. There's always leadership and rejuvenation at the school level. At the school level, an experienced teacher is given a young teacher for mentoring. There's also teachers coaching and feedback. These elements have been introduced in achieving professional development through instructional practices and students' outcome. Then teacher motivation, of course, that all has challenges, but the government has tried to raise the salaries and improve the working conditions of teachers through construction of teacher houses and other facilities. These are all measures being done by government. Government has also initiated the national teacher policy. It has a lot of question marks, where teachers, including primary teachers, must have a degree to be licensed as teachers. We are given 10 years, I think we are left with about 6 years. That even teachers teaching a nursery kid must have what? Because the challenges are there. The challenges will be for another day. But at least that's what the government has now decided. So we are left with about 3 years. Then curriculum assessment, relevant and conceptual assessment. This connects learning to real life situations and applications. It also reflects the needs, interests, and experiences of students. It's important that the students do what they think they learn. By the way, in the new curriculum, for instance, at secondary level, the students must be knowing something. Not only do you study, but you make sure by senior folk you know something. Is it okay? That you can do something. Not only study, that you can also do. The child must be knowing what to do. There's something on TikTok going on about the Chinese children. Somebody is doing tailoring, somebody is doing what. This is where we are going. And that is the basic practice. The others are doing tailoring, the others are doing cooking, the others are doing baking. If only we adopted that kind of thing. But of course, we have a lot of challenges there. Then the competence-based assessment. This approach focuses on measuring students' master of skills, knowledge, and attitudes. This is what the new law curriculum talks about. And even in primary, I think we also have thematic education. It also focuses on what students can do, know, and demonstrate. We no longer concentrate on knowledge, acquisition of knowledge, but information and skills and values. Values like character, developing character, developing personality, developing attitude, developing ability, developing self-confidence. There's how children promote those things. Self-confidence, a child of P2 standing before very many children to do what? Talk and to stand for leadership. Formative and summative evaluation. Now, formative evaluation also assessing students learning during instructional processes. But keep on asking students questions. Quiz and discuss with them, ask them questions as we go along. That is formative. As they study, ask questions and answer. Let them discuss, let them understand. Because somebody understands more by asking. Great askers understand a lot other than someone not asking any question. Let us encourage our children to keep on what? Ask. People who ask, they also understand. Then there's also summative evaluation. This one is used to assess students' learning at the end of the lesson unit, term or academic year. Basically, it measures students' achievement or performance. Then, of course, we also have standardized testing. This is what many people know. But the others are also important. Children are given tests and examinations, which are designed to be objective, and scores used to compare students' performance from one term to another, or from one year to another. Then community engagement and participation. Good schools, one of the best practices is to make sure the parents are involved through parents teachers what? Association. So that students can give what? Parents can give what? Feedback. It is a very good practice. Have PTAs, parents associations. These are bridge the gap between teachers, between administrators, and parents. It facilitates student learning. Then, of course, community-based management is ensure that parents are involved in the administration of schools through membership in management committees. Every management committee has a representative of the what? The parents. We also have volunteer programs. For instance, schools taking children to clean markets, towns, cities, which contributes to welfare causes in the community. And this promotes a sense of patriotism and belonging to their communities and the country. Then public-private partnerships, that schools that are supported by both parents and government, and that of course facilitates learning. Then infrastructure and social mobilization. Like we say, promotion of safe and inclusive learning environment through this government ensure that classes or buildings are built according to approved standards. For instance, there should be no burglar proof in dormitories. When dormitories have burglar proof, that of time when there's fire, children end up dying there. So that is also basic practice. Those should also be access to education materials and technology. For instance, schools should have computer labs. Schools are always also encouraged to invest in digital technology infrastructure. Remember, a lot of research is done on what? The computers. Then, water, sanitation, and hygiene, the wash facilities, presence of dustbin, waste management, teams or pits, generators in the school will also be emphasized. The students' feeding programs, ensuring that students or children have a balanced diet, addressing disparities and inequalities. Then, of course, ensuring that the girls, gender-sensitive approaches, ensuring that the girls are heroes. Many girls actually used to fall out of school, either because of lack of sanitation, early marriages, early pregnancies. Government is trying to address some of those ones. Government also pledged to provide sanitary towels for all girls, whether it has been achieved or not, but this government trying to pledge. Then inclusive education, especially for children with disabilities. Schools should also promote inclusive education. This is also being considered through special needs programs. There's also programs for all school children to have skills and vocationalization. Schools are encouraged to have skilling centers. Remember, we said every child has a talent. So teachers should promote, should practice, should train, should get children role models, mentors, and so on. Then there are also programs to address socio-economic disparities so that parents can afford primary education. For instance, UPE, for instance, the various development model, or in the monitoring and evaluation. There are various ways through which the above are monitored and evaluated. Provision of data to facilitate decision making. There's a lot of data now available in the means of education to facilitate planning. Then evaluation of different programs, for instance, UPE, we need to evaluate them. There's also continuous monitoring and feedback, searching up successful lessons learned in UPE, eventually facilitated implementation and introduction of USE. A good school should also carry out self-evaluation and SWOT analysis periodically. I'm finishing. A good school should also have performance indicators understood by everyone. School should monitor performance indicators of people progress and teaching effectively. Monitoring and evaluation helps to ensure accountability and transparency. Veterans, I hope this paper makes an attempt. It is an attempt to explain best practices in primary education as well as just a program. Remember, it should be a holistic.
Teachers who send this work without instructions to the parents, how do they expect us to help these kids? One, some of us probably cannot remember those things. The kid asks you a question and you look the other way. Thanks to Google, maybe you can get an answer. But I think maybe the schools also should go and extra mile to prepare the parents. what is expected of them. Otherwise, we might be doing more harm than good. It's not more a question per se, but I felt I should bring it up that as we guide the learners, the schools should go that extra mile to inform the parents of what is expected of them.
Schools call it project work and what have so many terminologies there. Now, two of them, one was given a project that you go back home, plant anything that germinates between 1 week and 3. Then the other one was given a bunch of homework, holiday meal package. The one which was given holiday package is struggling to finish. Actually, even jumps to do a project work of planting. She has even gone an extra mile of planting something which was not even instructed in to do so. This is where we're heading. Thank you have brought up about the issue of Google. Parents should always go and you know, when you look at us, some of us, they were on the salon when they were seniors. Congratulations, sir. We cannot remember those things you are telling us now. Instead, we go to Google and blindly you are letting our children together with their parents to copy, to do everything which is unprofessional. Thank you so much. That's why I wanted me to talk before the professional today. Can I give you this mic also?
Thank you, since he's in your neighborhood.
I'll be very brief. My mind will be, I always ask myself, we do plan holiday, then again you give us holiday. Why? Because it is holiday. These young lads wake up early in the morning to go to school. Then you give them homework. When will they rest? For me, I feel that we are overstressing these children with an object of passing exams but not understanding. That is what I always feel. Why can't we go back and plan better and implement the plans as they are? If it is a holiday, please let them play, let them do our work as parents and learn from us instead of tiring them with a lot of work. That is my feelings around the whole of this. Thank you.
Practices on finding out homework answers, let them use their mouth, share the image to us, let them use their eyes, reading what we have sourced for them, we just help them and they use the gadgets to get the solutions. That is the only thing. So these practices are very good to us to impart in the institutions where we are. But to Rotary Club members, let us all be there, particularly for our children. Then I end with a question, Mr. Sentama. As Rotarians, with the kids in different parts of the country and in the different schools. At one time, we were given an advice on radio and TV. If you go to a school and they refuse you to enter a dormitory where your kid sleeps, take away your child. Do you remember that one? At one time, somebody mentioned. Yes. If that dormitory has burglars and you advise and they refuse, take away the child. If you tell them, where is the field? The field is very small, even if you're serving, and the school is in a garage, take away the kid. Take that kid to a UPE, where he will have, the fields are very many surrounding the area, where there is, sometimes we may think, this good English and what have is the best, but I tell you, exercises are the best. So, I'm so appreciative. I've learned a lot. Thank you so much, Mr. Sentama.
Thank you so much, dear Rotarians. Ms. Sentama, kindly find a way of wrapping up all those comments in at most 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate members. First of all, me, I served for 35 years. And the problem has been created and exacerbated by the parents who crave for first grades. I've never craved for first grade for my time. Never. Because not all children should get what? First grade. One time I took away my child from school which has a motto. If you don't get it, here first grade is the what? That is silly. It is not there in this actual world on this globe. That is emphasis on knowledge, ignoring the skills, information, and values. You rather emphasize character, personality, attitude, ability, intelligence, self-discipline than just knowledge. And that's where many of our schools are going wrong. People are only after first grade. Then they start doing things they're not supposed to do. I am okay, but I didn't get the first grade. There are very many, all of us, apart from me, all are criminals in that. We think if you don't get the first grade, you are finished. But the problem is, let a child go to that school where they are going to get knowledge, information, skills, and value. That's why the problem, somebody is saying what went wrong, it is a craving for first grades. And even the school now know you only want first grades. They cheat you, and that's why many schools, I'm saying it emphatically, not that I'm no longer in education, 70% of schools in Uganda, primary schools, cheat exams. I rest my case.
Thank you so much. I think even in this era of AI, we now know where we are, and we hope to do better, because your time has not gone in vain. I'm sure we've learned from it. I now hand over to Rotarian Mansura, who is also another educationist, to pass on our vote of thanks to our guest speaker, after which we shall get the statistics from our Sergeant at Arms, then appreciate our visiting Rotarians and guest speaker, also recognizing Rotarian John Onguebo, who has come to give a warm support to his president. Thank you. Over to you, Rotarian Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam President. Thank you very much, all Rotarians in the House, and to our guest speaker, Mr. So Muhammad. Thank you very much for honoring this invitation and coming to share with us about this very important topic, because it's a primary education and literacy program. I think, as you can see from how people are responding, this is a topic that has made people really feel. And it is the things that make us feel that will make us more engaged. And because of time, I think we could not ask many more questions. I had my own things I could have asked. But please, thank you very much. The mode of delivery has been very, very good. And the presentation has really touched on all stakeholders in the education sector. Sometimes we think it's for teachers, but I could feel that even us as parents have been touched, because it is us to support our children when we are with them. So it's no longer something that we have to leave to other people, but we are all engaged in this. And you have given us some of the practices that we will also undertake as parents, as community leaders in this endeavor. So thank you very, very much for your time, for coming through all this dust to Mutuga and sharing with us. We wish you a safe journey back home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President, for giving me this opportunity as to work. I want to thank Mr. Muhammad for having given us a wonderful talk on basic practice. services in primary education. I think and I believe that colleagues have learned a lot, and on that note, I take this opportunity to appreciate you by giving me this certificate of appreciation. Thank you, and please give us many
we also take this opportunity to recognize our visiting Rotarians. Thank you so much. I'll start with my colleague, the immediate neighbor, the irresistible magical president, Frank Neriga from the Rotary Club of Kampala, Alibad. Thank you so much for moving all the way. We've heard about the desk. We are glad that you managed to move through it. Thank you. Keep coming. And kindly help take this as a symbol of the love that we have between the two clubs. Rotarian Joachim Buebo. Thank you for coming. You're missing out. Thank you for coming. That is your makeup card. And Rotarian Agnes. I don't know how many makeup cards you've taken so far. I'm not sure I still need the banner, but we shall give you the makeup card. Thank you so much. Let's now have our final toast by Sergeant NCA. Sergeant.